How many times have you told yourself this lie? I'll do it tomorrow, only to finish the task much later or to forget about it completely. We've all been there. Procrastination is a common human experience that we all deal with at some point in life, but it can definitely become a big problem if it starts affecting your employment, relationships, or even your well-being. So, what do we do about it? Hi there, you're watching Wisey, and in this episode, we're going to give you 10 tips that will help you to stop procrastinating at work and in everyday life. As always, before we begin, make sure to click on the notification bell and subscribe to our channel for more exciting videos about anything and everything. Now, let's get straight to business. Number 1. Prioritize what's important. One of the main reasons for procrastination is poor planning when you basically don't know where and how to start working on your many tasks. Setting priorities is the best thing you can do in this situation. So write down everything you need to do and then grade each task by importance using a star system or a 1 to 10 scale. Then, proceed to step number 2. Set deadlines. It's much easier to make plans when you know how much time you need to spend on each task. So, set specific deadlines and stick to them. For example, say, I'm going to finish this paper by 6 p.m. and not a minute later. If you have difficulty figuring out how long certain tasks can take, you can try doing a similar one and setting a timer. This will give you some points of reference that will help you establish more realistic deadlines in the future. Number 3. Eliminate distractions. If you're trying to improve your focus, one of the first things you should do is to disable notifications on your phone and other devices. You can put on some music if that works for you, but other than that, no social media, no news, no other apps. You'll have plenty of time to catch up on them later. Also, make sure your working environment is comfortable and that there are no physical distractions. When nothing's bothering you, it's much easier to dedicate all your energy to the task at hand. Number 4. Don't put off things you can do in 2 minutes. When it comes to procrastination, small tasks are the worst. You think that just because they're so small, you can keep putting them off indefinitely, but they're not going anywhere. They just keep piling up, and the only way to get rid of them is, well, to just do them as soon as possible. It's a simple rule. If it takes you 2 minutes to complete a task, don't even bother planning. Do it right away and watch the weight fall off your shoulders. Number 5. Learn to say no. Sometimes, we agree to do favors for people because we don't want to seem rude and ruin the relationship, and, to be fair, it's a very noble thing to help others. But when you spread yourself thin trying to please everyone, you end up with a backlog of tasks you don't really want to do. So you end up procrastinating again. In order to avoid this, you should realize that a favor is not an obligation and that it's okay to say no. Number 6. Take breaks. If all of us worked non-stop, 24/7, 365 days a year, we'd all be constantly burnt out and depressed because it's impossible to remain productive when you can't catch a break. So, naturally, procrastination can feel like a breath of fresh air in a long routine of tasks. But don't get it twisted. This is not quality recreation time, and it doesn't really help you recharge. In order to get some good rest throughout the day, you need to plan it. Give yourself a finite amount of time and decide how you're going to spend it. It could be a yoga class, a stroll, or even a movie. Now, let's take a break and do a little quiz. Recent findings have shown that procrastination isn't just habitual, it's actually partly genetic. Can you guess how much of our tendency to procrastinate could be attributed to genes? A. 46%, B. 62%, or C. 78%. And the answer is, drumroll please, A. As much as 46% of the variance in procrastination could be purely genetic. Unfortunately, researchers still don't know which specific genes determine this tendency, but there's definitely a close correlation between procrastinating and some genetic traits like low self-control as well as conditions such as ADHD. Number 7. Start with the things you hate the most. Don't you hate it when you have some unpleasant task to do, and so you put it off? but you still keep thinking about it throughout the day, and it just drags you down. Yeah, we also hate that. Luckily, there's a simple antidote to that. Try doing the things you hate the most early in the morning while you still have plenty of energy to finish them quickly. Just get these tasks out of the way and forget about them. Number 8. Ask someone to hold you accountable. Sometimes, a lack of motivation can make it really hard to beat procrastination. And if you experience this, it means you need someone to help you focus. It can be a sibling, a friend, a partner, or even a personal trainer if you're working towards your fitness goals. You can also try one of those task tracking apps that send you reminders and show you progress over time if you think you have enough determination to do it on your own. And before we give you our next tip, here's our Wisey fact of the day. Did you know that procrastination can be both the cause and the result of stress? It's a chicken and egg situation. When you delay a task, you start to worry that you won't be able to finish it before the deadline. But when you finally get down to it, the anxiety doesn't let you focus on the task at hand, causing you to procrastinate. Moreover, studies reveal that chronic procrastination can severely impact your mental health, exacerbate stress, and lower your well-being. That's why it makes more sense to combat procrastination and stress at the same time. And here's another helpful tip. Number 9. Don't beat yourself up. Whenever you procrastinate, it feels good, but you still have your consciousness telling you that it's bad, which only adds to the stress. You may feel like you're a failure or that you're not doing a good job. But in truth, it's useless to punish yourself in moments like this because it will only make matters worse. What you really need is self-forgiveness, which can help you feel more confident in your ability to accomplish tasks and reduce the likelihood of procrastination in the future. And to maximize the effect, you can also try our next tip. Number 10. Reward yourself. The reason why procrastination feels so good is that your brain sees it as a reward, even if it simply means 5 minutes of social media scrolling. So, let's turn it around and up the stakes. Start by setting a definite reward for each task. For example, a cookie for a small assignment or a vacation for completing a major project. Once you've accomplished your goal, focus on how good it feels to finish things on time, and also on how delicious that prize cookie is. Much more rewarding than just doing nothing, wouldn't you say? And that's how you combat procrastination. We really hope that these tips will help you make real improvements in your life, but remember, in order for them to work, you need to use them constantly. This way, you'll develop healthy and productive habits. If you have your own tips for dealing with procrastination, share them in the comments below. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on more interesting videos about anything and everything. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.